Hello and welcome to KJ's Kitchen. I'm KJ and I am going live every Wednesday at 12 o'clock with this happy mom bringing you healthy meals. I am 13 years a master fitness trainer, a fitness nutrition specialist, and above all, I love helping people with practical healthy lifestyle tips. Today, I'm going to be teaching you a recipe that my family loves. Now, you could be using this as a side dish, a passing dish for a great party, and if you do like to go plant-based for any of your meals, you may even make this the highlight of your dish. Now, this is a grain-free pesto crostini. How about that? Grain-free pesto crostini. I'm gonna be infiltrating a little bit more than just pesto because I like to make sure you're getting the bang for your buck when you're consuming your food. Make sure it's nutrient rich and gonna be serving you the best. So, Mark is already saying, yay! What I did in my kitchen before you joined me was that I actually prepped polenta. It's an Italian staple. So if you haven't used polenta before, this is a very easy way. I get mine organic, pre-cooked, pre-tubed. It's so easy. They sell this in all the stores. It may not be organic. Try to find organic when you can. That's how our family rolls. But this is pre-cooked, makes your life so much simpler. You can prep polenta and form it out like this if you don't find it like this in your local market. I'm sure you can find that on YouTube or Google how to prep your polenta. All it really is corn, yellow cornmeal, and then some beta carotene for color. You know, so it is the gluten-free part of our crostini. I set my oven for 425, and I have these beauties. Oh, you can see them already, but I'll show them to you closer. These beautiful, already baked. They get fluffy, they get a little golden, and I just cut open that polenta, put it in an oven at 425 for about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on your oven. Thin sliced, I'd say that looks about like a half inch, right? Think thin, think crostini. And now let's talk about how we're gonna top these puppies. This is the easy part. You want your food processor, and now you can make your own basil. And pesto with basil. I suggest that if you have a huge garden of basil. Well, we don't, but we do like to plant this in the summer. Ours haven't blossomed, so I did buy this today, organic basil from the market. You would take a ton of this if you were making your own pesto. So my family's all about ease, convenience, quickness, right? So I did pick up a jar of pesto. When you're shopping for pesto, if you do Genovese, that is the original recipe for pesto. So if you're gonna make your own, do search up Genovese style so that you're getting authentic pesto. Genoa is where it originated in Italy. So I'm just doing a jar of this, and boom, here's the secret of making this extra healthy, extra fibrous, and more protein. I'm gonna mix it with chickpeas. It's going to feel a little bit like a hummus, but it is gonna be pesto still. So let's mix these together. I do about 3/4 of a can. I don't do the whole can. Once you make this once, you'll know if you would prefer more chickpea and less pesto. Do it to your liking of flavor. And then literally just jumping in on that jar and dumping her in. Again, you might conserve a little because it's great smeared on toast, topping it on your pasta or anything Italian you're going for. It's amazing. So you might decide how much pesto to put in based on your flavor. And then a little hot ticket I use is white balsamic vinegar. This again, we get at Trader Joe's. You could be using a white wine vinegar if you don't have this available. And it's just a touch of acid. So it's not even much. I mean, put a tiny bit in, maybe that was a half teaspoon. Then after you've blended, test it and see if that means you need some more acid or more pesto or a little salt. I'm not even going for salt on this because the pesto's pre-made. If you were making your own, you definitely would want to salt this. Again, how quick can this be? Dinner and appetizer on the table in a second. I'm gonna pulse it real quick. Yeah, let's check this guy out. So you can choose when you're blending this up if it's gonna be ultra smooth or you want it a little grainy. So you'll do that when you're blending and decide how much smoothness, is that right? How smooth you want it. Let me check this out real quick. Oh, it's amazing. I'm not even gonna add any more vinegar. It's, to me, perfect blend. If you like sharpness and you need a little more acid, go a little heavier on the vinegar. But let's talk about how we're gonna top these puppies. Yes, I'm gonna smear a really thick layer on that polenta, but even more exciting, I'm gonna put together something similar to caprese. We're not going with the cheese because we're gonna be a little healthier here, and with all that flavor in the pesto, you're not gonna be missing any mozzarella. I've got a Roma tomato here. Is that what it's called? Roma? Plum tomato? Anyone correct me in the comment fields, please. I'm gonna chop this puppy up. And I like a little thick chop because it's just gonna be a little dollop on top. You'll see the finished product is beautiful. So get these puppies cut into diced tomatoes. And now my husband's not a huge tomato fan. So when I am making this, number one, he eats it and loves it. I just limit on his polenta circles just a little less tomato than my own, just to be mindful of everyone in the house, right? So, nice cubed thick cut there. Here we go. And I prepped already my shallot. If you don't use shallots, I'm telling you why we use them, is they're not as strong, not as stinky breath as red onion, but you could definitely choose red onion if you don't have shallots in your local market, or you just are like me, I love onion. So you could use red onion instead of a shallot. I used a half a shallot in here, again, because we are a little more sensitive to the onion and the stinky breath in this house. I would prefer not to put so much onion in my stuff. And then I did 2 leaves of basil. I did wash and dry 2 leaves of basil, a pinch of sea salt, and I've got those 3 things in my bowl here. Gonna give that a little toss, and that's it. I mean, you don't even need to add oil. The oil's already in the basil pesto that you already have in the chickpea hummus or chickpea pesto. Just give it a little toss. It's nice and light. The salt is gonna bring forward the amazing flavor of the tomato. The basil is gonna make it pop, and then that nice little taste of shallot in there. Let's build this so you can see how beautiful it is. And you can keep them on the pan and keep them warm, and then top them and serve immediately. And they also taste good if they're not super warm. So if you prep the polenta first, put them out on a dish, you're bringing it to a party or whatever, I promise it's gonna go over amazing. So here they are. They're nice and formed. They're not like gooey ooey. It's still warm. I'm gonna smear a nice thick layer of the pesto chickpea on there. See how thick I'm putting this puppy? Nice and thick. And then we're gonna top her with, oops, I think I lost my spoon. We're gonna top her with this little topping here. And you will work your way through that whole pan, and you've got yourself, this is heavenly. So you've got yourself a grain-free chickpea pesto crostini. This is the Italian, healthier, I call it a facelift to an Italian favorite of ours. So bring it to your next party, serve it up at your next dinner. You can pair this up with a salad and go plant-free and make this the highlight of your meal. I'm gonna post this recipe in the comment fields. Please follow me if you're not already, if you wanna be a part of the KJ Kitchens every Wednesday at 12 o'clock. And if you know anybody who this recipe would serve, please tag them or share it to their wall. Share the love, and please join me again every Wednesday at 12 o'clock here in KJ's Kitchen. Happy Mom serving up healthy meals for you and your family. Happy grain-free crostini. Have a great Wellness Wednesday, guys. Lots of love.